Hey, welcome back to the Ping Pong Flick Show. My name is Chris Wong. Sorry I've been away. Lots of things going on in my life, but I wanted to talk about the Venom trailer. I know everybody's talked about the Venom trailer to death, and apparently there's some negativity around it, which is kind of weird because I enjoyed the Venom trailer, the second trailer. It has a lot of stuff in there. You totally see Tom Hardy or Eddie Brock turn into Venom, full blown, mouth going over. He's doing actiony stuff. He's going through the streets. There's got a little bit of comedy. Some people are teasing the whole walking turd thing. I found it. I chuckled. I have no problems with that. The CG looks fantastic to me. I don't know what the big deal is. It looks great. I am looking forward to Venom. And it is dark, and I don't know if they're actually going to show people getting eaten. That would be. Is it rated R now? I mean, I really want to see if there's going to be like a red band trailer to this. That would be quite amazing. I mean, he explains he's going to eat him and tear his limbs off, and did that actually happen? I don't think so. But it didn't look like there was any blood splatter or anything like that, unless sucked them dry. But it looks amazing. It is kind of hard to understand Venom when he's talking a little bit. I had to actually watch the thing a couple times to actually hear about it. It's kind of weird having Tom Hardy do that whole thing with not knowing what he's actually saying, like a Bane type thing going on. But I think it actually adds to the character. It is very cool how the symbiote just goes around, and that fight, is that Carnage? It looks gray. I thought he'd be red. I don't know, may not be Carnage, but it looks like there's also a woman in there who's also has a symbiote. So there's gonna be like a whole symbiote battle between all these different characters. And you know what? It just really resonates with me because it really reminds me of Guyver. Okay, it reminds me of Guyver. You Guyver 1, you got the Guyver 1, you got Guyver 2, you got Guyver 3. You got all these different Guyvers, and they're fighting each other. Well, Guyver 3 helps Guyver 1, but they have those things. So it's almost very similar. It's like it's a bio booster armor, but it's like a parasite in how it works. I mean, Guyver, we're not saying we are Guyver, but it just has that thing with me, and I'm a huge Guyver fan, so I'm like, yeah, he's like, it's Eddie Brock, like he's show, I don't know, but that's just me. So I'm really looking forward to seeing this. It's very tokusatsu-ish, where he transforms into another character. And the monsters, all the villains also can do the same way. I'm expecting Guyver Dark Hero ending fight, something like that. But I'm really excited, and it looks really cool. Every little bit we get more excites me a little bit more. I mean, I was pretty good with the teaser, and then the trailer was awesome, and then this one just takes it out. It's really awesome. I can't wait to see it. So Venom is coming out, and I can't wait to see what more happens in that. I don't know if it's gonna be rated R, like I said. Are they gonna actually show some gore, body parts and things like that? Actually see him eating the dude? Who knows? But unless you guys went to Comic-Con, I think they had showed more. But this may be a truncated version of what they showed at Comic-Con, or is it the same one? Let me know, and just let me know. But anyway, there's a lot of things, different things going on. Nothing really new about the Snyder Cut for you Snyder Cut fans. Nothing. It's pretty quiet on the home front. There's some things going on with where we're going to have a mailer out. Well, there's a little petition going out. Not petition, but like a voting thing going out. But Chris at Vinolo7, he put out if you would actually write a letter or not. So make sure you go on Twitter. I retweeted out. Make sure you vote yes or no, up to you, and see how much people we get responses back. But tomorrow there may or may not be me on a Sci-Fi Fandom Files podcast. So there's a gentleman by the name of, let me see if I can pull it up here. Sorry. That's why I should always prepare this. By the name of Jordan Zakarkin. He's He's a features editor at SYFY. He has a podcast called The Fandom Files, and I looked it up, and it actually is, a real podcast. It's from SYFY. And I was thinking, should I really, I know SYFY Channel doesn't really like, all the stuff they cover. And it could be just one writer. They cover on Krypton show. They like Henry Cavill is the worst Superman or something like that. And so I'm like, should I go on there? And then, I put it out on Twitter, and a lot of people are saying, you should. They cannot truncate they kind of edit out your piece because you're on a podcast. I'm like, yeah, you're right. So, I emailed back. But the other problem is he wants the Thursday Eastern Standard Time, and that's like 6 hours ahead of me. So I don't know what time Fandom Files is on. I couldn't tell by looking at the podcast here, but if he's like 8 o'clock, that would be like 2 o'clock my time, and I've got appointments that I got to do, so I don't know if I'll be able to make it. And of course, John Aaron Garza offered to do that, and if he says a certain time, I might even do that. So John, if you're listening, if I can't make it, you can go ahead and take my place if you like, unless he's probably asking other people to. He's probably asking other people too, not just me. So whoever can go on there, talk about the Snyder Cut in full, truthful fashion, support the movement. I agree. I should say yes, and I did. So I said, what time? Eastern Standard Time. What time? And so we'll see what happens with that on SYFY. SYFY Fandom Files podcast. But if I can't make that, there are 2 other podcasts that I am joining, and that is joining my fellow friends over at DC Film. DC Films. What day is that? Let me see. It's on Saturday. Hold on, I'm trying to get you the time here, as I left it off the screen. Yeah, so DC Films Hub podcast. It's on Saturday with Ben and John. What time was that at? Okay, so it's 3 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time. And you can go ahead and convert that to wherever your time zone is. 3 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time. I'm going to be on the DC Films Hub podcast with Ben and John. And then I'm going to be on the Comic Movie Marks live show on Sunday at 9 a.m. Hawaii Standard Time. Did I say Pacific? No, I said 3 p.m. on Saturday the 4th, this Saturday, DC Films Hub podcast, and then on Comic Movie Marks live show on 9 a.m. Hawaii Standard Time. So that's a pretty filled up weekend. So I'm going to be on those 2 podcasts, and maybe or maybe not on the SYFY Fandom Files podcast tomorrow. So if I am, well, I'll put it out on Twitter that I'm going to be on there, and you can listen in if you want. And he wants to talk about the Snyder Cut movement. So I'm just going to say truthfully about it. Any questions he asks me, and like you said, he cannot edit out things. It's a podcast. It'll be out everything, so I think that's a good thing, actually. And you really, you guys told me otherwise, told me that I should do it, so I am going to do it if the time is right, if the time is good and I'm available. If not, John, I hope you're available. You're at Eastern Standard Time, right, John? So I'll reach out to you, and I'll offer your, I don't know if you should be swearing like you said you would, but or like SC Reviews told me to stir some S up, get some altercations or something. But yeah, so that's going on, and hopefully we'll see what happens with that. In any case, like you guys said, it's just more noise. More noise is good, and hopefully we'll get something out of it. But anyway, Venom trailer was awesome. I enjoyed it. I'm putting myself on the side of loving the trailer. So that's where I stand on that. All right, guys. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.